Hello, everyone. My name is Marty Evans from Ethos, and I'm excited to bring you this much anticipated product. The Ethos IUL is here at last, and it's made specifically for you, which is why you can only access this product through Ethos. And today we're going to go through all of the specifics. We're going to start off at the high level and work our way through how you can simply sell more IUL with Ethos, protect more families with this specific vehicle, what the application flow looks like relative to competitors you might be more acquainted with. I'm going to walk you through the quoting and the application process, and I'm also going to leave with some client and agent resources that we make available to both you and your clients. Now, with the Ethos IUL, we really wanted to build this with a focus on you so that you can focus on what you do, which is protecting more families, not trying to wrangle difficult to use software. And so you'll be able to simply sell more IUL, and you'll be able to do so instantly. This is an instant product, and we're expecting over 90% of cases to be instantly decided so that you can make that one call close a reality, and you can enjoy great comp paid daily. This is the next day after the effective date. You can get access to this 100% bonusable product. So I'll repeat, a 100% bonusable IUL product, which you probably haven't been able to enjoy before, is now here. And you also will be able to protect more families who are looking for more coverage with this $1 million face amount. We've heard the feedback about how important living benefits are. So there are many no-cost riders that give you those living benefits, including accidental death and disability and chronic terminal illness. And then finally, this is all being powered by Americo, which has well over a century of experience in this space. And we look forward to this opportunity to bring this product that we've co-created with them. Now, if there's one slide that I want you to focus on, if there's one set of messages I want you to take away, it's this one. So screenshot, whip out your phone, pause the video. This is a slide that really captures how and why you'll be able to sell more with Ethos. Sell more IUL. It's that simple, and it's really in 3 buckets is how. We've got a quick and easy to use platform. We expand how much coverage you can provide, and we also offer supporting sales collateral that should be unparalleled in how much it can make this process easier to understand. So looking a little more closely, the user experience with Ethos allows you to go from end to end, from quoting to application, all in one user interface. And this is replacing, that fragmented experience where you're trying to quote in one place and apply in one place and illustrate in another place. You can do it all in one spot. And the time that you're able to save is incredible. You can go from about 45 minutes with what competitors would require to about 15 minutes of quoting to decision. And you can imagine if you could even get your sales presentations down from 45 minutes to 30, how many more you could do. And then, of course, having illustration access while you're actually quoting is just a much simpler and smoother experience, especially if you're sitting with your client and you're sharing your screen or you're trying to make this presentation as digestible as possible. And with that coverage option expansion that I mentioned, having up to $1 million mean many of those higher earners that wanted more than the 300,000 could cover now have a product for them. And so with risk classes beyond just the binary tobacco or not, clients are also able to pay what they should be paying because their risk class is more specific to them. And in the event that we aren't able to offer coverage to your clients, then we don't just suspend the sale right there. We actually give you a way to continue the sale, to save the sale with a TruStage Advantage whole life product, which is also 100% instant decision. And effective this month, if word hasn't made it to you, that we've actually increased the compensation for the TruStage Advantage whole life by 30 points throughout the hierarchies. So that's a wonderful product. If you do all of the hard work of getting this IUL set up and we're not able to cover them, you still have a product you can be excited about being compensated for your efforts. In terms of sales support, we've got many forms of agent training. This is one, but we've also got a lot inside your agent portal that you can make use of. And then finally, we've got client materials that will help introduce the topic and the conversation around IUL, and also to flesh out the specifics of what this product brings. In terms of availability, as you'll see here, we've got instant coverage up to $1 million that trickles down based on increasing age. We've got a wide expanse of the ages that we can cover. We've got those rating classes and table ratings I mentioned earlier. And then in terms of state availability, barring the island of New York, the other 49 states will eventually fully be available. But at this time, at launch, we are launching with almost all states. There are just a few T's to be crossed and I's to be dotted with regulators to bring these products to market in those states, but you're able to take advantage of the many, many states that are already alive. In terms of product highlights, there are 6 accounts that you'll be able to choose from for your clients. These include 2 S&P 500 indexed accounts, 3 volatility controlled accounts, and then 1 fixed account. And they are configurable within the portal. You'll see some screenshots later of what they look like. Moving on to the second group of highlights for these products, we've got those living benefits that have been, let's say, greatly desired. I've spoken to many agents who've expressed how important this is for clients to be able to understand how this policy or this decision can not only help their family, but benefit them in the event they need it. And then finally, we've got an additional rider that can turn your cash value into income in retirement, which is a wonderful feature that a lot of clients will be excited about. You might be thinking, well, with all of these awesome features, am I just going to have to pass on really inaccessible price increases onto my clients? And the answer is no. We have worked tirelessly to both provide all of these added benefits, but also leverage technology to remove cost where possible. So the cost that you're paying compared to leading competitors is actually going to be very close to what you're already paying. In some situations, it's going to be cheaper. In some situations, it's going to be just a couple dollars more. But this is something that we're really excited to be able to say, that you won't have to worry that you're passing on a cost or premiums to your clients that are, greatly raised compared to what competitors are offering. In terms of contracting, you first, of course, must be licensed. You must be life licensed in the state in which you as a client, you as an agent, are selling insurance, so where your client's address is. And then you also have to be contracted and appointed with Ameritas before you can sell. Now, many agents have actually responded to our prompts to get pre-contracted. But we do have in the actual application flow, we have flags that will raise to your attention if, for instance, you aren't yet contracted, what issues we've encountered when we've tried to set you up, and what is the clear resolution of how you can take care of that. For instance, if it's a contracting issue, then to whom you must contact and what steps you have to do in order to be able to proceed. And we really try and support this sale by letting you go as far as you can until we're legally required to pause you. And so with everywhere except for Pennsylvania, you're actually able to not only save quotes, but also complete applications. And then you're frozen there until all of your requirements are in order to ship that across the finish line. In Pennsylvania, you have to be fully set up to save an app, but you can save a quote. Now, that comp that I was mentioning, it goes without saying. It's pretty critical that agents get paid for their hard work. And this product is 100% bonusable, which is one of the things we're so excited about to bring. We've got competitive compensation that you'll be able to find within your portal. You're just going to, once you've actually gone through the contracting process, you just go into the earnings tab in your portal, as you see here, and you'll be able to see your commission rates. If that's not been pre-populated because you've not set up contracting yet, then just check with your compensation and contracting team, and they'll be able to get you that information. But on the topic of money, we also have incentives to get this product launched the right way. So from now through the rest of 2023, for every IUL policy that gets activated, Family First Life agents get $150 in leads, and these will be distributed on a weekly basis so we can keep fueling the fun. If you've joined any of my agent bootcamp seminars, and you'll see that this is a great way of thinking through that agent flywheel of getting leads to generate activations to generate commissions that you can reinvest in your business. Also, with the earliest activations, you will be receiving an iPad. You'll be receiving an iPad for the first 100 writing agents. Get one of these bad boys. And I love this thing. And it's really as simple as, once you get set up, put the product in motion, and we'll be happy to give you another device that can make your sales process that much easier, as we do aim to be the digital stool of your life insurance business. What's that sound? But wait, there's more. For the top 50 FFL agents who are selling Ethos IUL that meets persistency requirements, and this presentation, the same place you find this in the Google Drive folder, you will also see a PDF of the deck that I'm going through where you can read over the persistency details. The top 50 FFL agents, so the top 50 writers, will be entered into a sweepstakes to win a car. More details will follow, of course, but the best thing you can do to increase your chances of this is just get writing. So you can get leads, you can get an iPad, and you might get behind the wheel of an awesome car. So those details, the minimum of 12K in AP, at least 90% active through their first premium, and at least 93% active through their second premium. Those details you can read more closely in the PDF that will be available. Now, let's take a quick look at what the application flow looks like compared to a leading competitor or a set of competitors. Our Smart Solve system has simply a seamless customization where you can go through and you can toggle what you'd like and go through multiple policy configurations in one place, as opposed to the more static and I'd say clunkier feel that you see and you might even have grown used to. We'll know more. You can also look at the details such as the riders, the options for the index allocations, the benefit highlights, and the illustration all in one place. And so this is, again, with the idea of being a smooth, showing you the information you need when you want it, unlike what it looks like when you're applying. You can see on the right, there's just kind of information overload. This looks like something that might even distract your client as you're going through a presentation. And then you can see over here on the Ethos flow, in the actual application, it's the same simple process that you've grown accustomed to with the Ethos term and whole life products. We're just asking for the information that's needed as it's needed to keep you going. Now, enough with the comparisons of what you don't want to use anymore. Let's look at what you get to use now. Here's how you use the Ethos IUL quote. You simply, once you log into your portal, which is available at agents.ethoslife.com, once you log into your portal, if you go over on the left side of your screen, you will see Quoter. Now, you're probably used to your flow being, you jump right into putting in your information, and then it'll tell you if it's a term or a whole life. Now you can branch and jump directly into this IUL process. And once you do, you're simply just going to enter the key information that you normally would for a quote. And if you look right above this Smart Solve screen, you'll actually be able to access the Ethos IUL Knockout Guide. So this is available both on the Quoter and it's available in your agent portal resources. So you'll be able to find what's all the important information that can be gleaned before you even interact with a client, so you can know, is this going to be the best fitting product for them? So this is medical, non-medical, financial qualifications. That's all at your fingertips, so you can quickly get a pulse for what it is that this product will, where this product will most resonate with your clients. Now, if we look a little more closely at what are some of those configurations I was talking about in the Smart Solve, you can get a quote based on the premium. So you can look at what is the monthly amount that a client is focused on spending, or if they're reverse engineering from an end goal, what is the coverage amount that they have in mind. So you're just going to toggle once you're on Smart Solve, coverage or premium, and then from there, you can jump right into the quote. Instead, if you, and the Smart Solve is going to be a happy place for most agents in most scenarios. If you do, however, need to roll up your sleeves, get under the hood, and get a little more specific, then you can look at the advanced solve scenarios. And then you've got one of three objectives that you're really trying to optimize for. One is if you're trying to get your client's cash value to be maximized and they're less focused on the size of the death benefit, then that's what you can choose. Maximize protection is the inverse. You're focusing on the lifetime death benefit, not the actual cash value. And then finally, if your client wants to just really focus on the maximum income in retirement, then you would make that final selection. Now, here's a closer look at that key information that I teased out a bit earlier of all of the things that you want and need in your sleek user interface in one screen. We've got many agents that say this is going to be amazing for them to be able to share their screen while they're going through a presentation with a client. And as you see here, all of that information's there. But if you need to, let's say, get more information and you'd like to look at or show your client specifically what this would look like in the future, if you click on that link next to download illustration, that icon, then you have the ability to see what the benefit values would be in time. So you can see both guaranteed and non-guaranteed values and what the policy duration is, what age the client is, and all of those good things. And there's an additional resource that is made available, which is what we call the policy highlights. In addition to generating a full illustration that can be, dozens of pages, it's black and white text, it can be a little intimidating or overwhelming for a client. We've got this bright and cheery policy highlights that gets generated with the Smart Solve configuration so that your client can see just what's important, just what they need to know, and be good to go with only a few pages of exactly that, those policy highlights. Smart Solve comes with 5 no-cost riders. I mentioned several of these before, and they're pretty self-explanatory with the exception of the Ethos perks. That is the name for our estate planning tools. Things like wills, trust, power of attorney, advanced healthcare directive, medical consent. These all come free with the policies, with the exception of Washington and South Dakota. So this is a wonderful rider that many clients will look forward to because insurance is just one part of that total estate planning conversation that they likely need to have. The Smart Solve defaults to 100% in that S&P 500 one-year account. There are other accounts that I mentioned before. If you click on more on any of these, you can see more information about the illustratable rate, caps, floors, all those details are available inside your portal. Moving forward, let's actually get this on the road. Let's actually send this out. What does it look like to share this and to start an application? Well, if you click share quote to client, then you can see where you input that client's information, and then you can get started that way. Or if you click start application, then you can just jump right into the agent assisted application. And that is the flow for this. Unlike your hold and term where you just send a link, with these, you do actually, as the agent, have to go through certain requirements to make sure that your client is getting the information that they need. This is what your clients can expect to see when they do actually receive an IUL quote, and your contact information will be available at the bottom of this message that they receive, so they can follow up with your phone or email. And then once you do that, here's what that application process looks like. So we provided the information, we give you the heads up that we sent an email, and then the next thing you see is actually starting the application, answering those simple questions. And before not much time has elapsed, you've got the final details for you to review. You can input payment information. You just have to acknowledge a few disclosures, illustration details, the application's gone through, things like that has been completed. And then once you actually go through, I'm going to show you the 4 scenarios that can arise once you actually submit this application. The first, and if you see confetti, then it's a good thing. The first is an instant approval with no changes. We're ready to lock this in and get it enforced. The second scenario is still instant approval, but your client would like to make changes. For instance, they'd like to, slightly decrease what the coverage amount or the premiums would be, and you can just adjust offer, update the offer, and then go through. In the event that there is a decline, then this is what I mentioned earlier. We do position that alternative, which is that True Stage Advantage whole life, for your client to be able to take advantage of so that you can preserve the sale and you can keep that conversation going, meeting your client's needs with a whole life policy. And then finally, the rarest scenario is if manual review is required from our team of underwriters and actuaries, then the that update and what exactly to expect is enumerated in this message so that everyone's on the same page of what they can expect. Now we're going to bring it home with these client and agent resources. The client resources we make available are those not just specific to their policy, but also those that just introduce the topic of IUL, because it can be a lot of moving parts. And so we've got a consumer brochure that compares it to many other asset classes with which they might be familiar, and just really gets the message across of what this product is, which can help set the stage for things such as that customized client report that I mentioned earlier with the policy highlights. And then additionally, we've got tons of agent resources that are available for you, many inside our portal, and you can see several of those listed here. The agent guide is probably the most holistic and comprehensive document that also adds more details about things such as our riders that come with the policies. You can see them in detail, what exactly the terms and conditions of those are. Now, with all this talk about IUL, who's ready to get started? And so I'm just going to recap why you should be ready to get started, because with the Ethos IUL, you don't have to focus on wrangling software that's hard to use. You can focus on selling. Most importantly, you can focus on protecting families. You will have the ability to sell IUL anywhere that you can get an internet connection. If you got a screen and internet, you can sell IUL. And this is something that is going to make those one-call closes happen more often. And then great comp coming right on the back end of those effective dates, so you can get that 100% bonusable product moving more frequently. You're going to be able to reach more clients with that $1 million coverage, and you're going to be able to provide wonderful no-cost riders and in a few additional add-on riders that will make your clients very happy with the product that they get. And this is all, of course, with the support of Ameritas. Keeping in mind, you don't buy this through Ameritas. You have to buy this. You have to use this product through your Ethos portal. That's the only place you can use this. So make sure that you log into your Ethos portal in order to take advantage of it. And I think the best way to end this call, to end this video, to end this training is with you running an Ethos IUL quote right now. You're going to log in at agents.ethoslife.com, and then you're going to go to the quoter tab and you're going to create a quote so that you can get rolling. And I am going to leave you with a reminder of that wonderful iPad that you can get and some sweet Ethos swag on the other side of that. Thank you so much for your time, attention, and energy. And I look forward to seeing all the families you can protect with this wonderful product. Have a great morning, evening, or night whenever you're seeing this. Thank you.